Hello everyone, how are we all? It's the day after the night before, and unfortunately Arsenal are out of the Champions League. I don't really know how I was feeling straight after the game, so I didn't think it was best place to do a video then. Now it's been a night, I've been able to collect my thoughts, sort of digest what the fan reaction is as well. I can now actually be able to properly discuss the game and the matters and the details within it. First up, I want to caveat that by this saying that I'm not ashamed of the team's performance. Over the two legs, I don't feel we were the better team. Last night, we definitely were. And fine margins decided the game. What I will also say is, I believe last night we put everything into it. If you watched that game and thought any other way, then fair enough. But I thought the pressing intensity was key. And unfortunately, the key moments when we needed to get over the line. For example, the Odegaard shot early on. Donnarumma produced a bit of magic. And that sometimes happens in football, I guess. It's disheartening. It's upsetting. But that is the way games go sometimes. What I will say is I am proud of what my football club have put up over the tournament, So I don't know how to word it, but I'm proud of the effort that the team put in. I'm sad that we didn't manage to get that final step to the final. The season overall has been a disappointment. There are obviously mitigating factors as to that. The amount of injuries that the team have suffered, to key players especially. I think that if we had Gabriel Magalhaes in this game, do we concede as much in the transition? Do we be a bit more aggressive in our final man press? Do we maybe convert some of these corners because PSG are pretty weak on them? But relying on corners isn't going to win you major trophies. Relying on set pieces isn't going to win you major trophies. You need the pieces in play. We need Kai Havertz, we need a striker, we need the team fit. So it's hard, and I am struggling a bit to rationalise everything going around in my head as an Arsenal fan. I love this team till the day I die, but I am disappointed the season's ended like that. I don't want the manager to go. I don't think that's the answer. He's categorically improved us every single season. When you look at how he came in, we were 8th. Now we are fighting for titles. We're not fighting this season for any title. We were the Champions League though. It's hard to look at it not in isolation. But when you look at it as in Arsenal Football Club last season got to the quarter-final of the Champions League and finished second. This season, unfortunately, we're going to finish second again, maybe third. But a semi-final of the Champions League, beating Real Madrid on the way, is that improvement just in a different competition? Maybe. Next season, can we go one more and get the final? I think we can, but Berta and the team need to back Arteta. It's so hard to be excited right now without substantial investment that the team is going to need, that the club needs. There's going to be a little rebuild going on. And ultimately, are the players good enough? Are they as good as we thought? Can they get over the line? It's sad. Looking at the game solely, the Arsenal versus PSG game, Odegaard I thought was our best player, especially in the first half. He was getting on it. He was energetic. I felt like our worst player, despite the goal, was Saka. He was marked out the game a substantial amount of times. Marino didn't really do much. Declan Rice missed a gilt-edged chance. So did Martinelli. It just didn't tip in our favour. And ultimately, the first leg cost us. The fact that, whether you want to give the fans stick or not, the atmosphere after the goal in the 3rd minute dropped, and we couldn't get ourselves over the line to get a goal back at least in that game to get it even. It meant we had to go and attack them, which led to us ultimately conceding more in this game. If we went 1-1, do I trust us in a medium block? Yes. The fact we had to get goals, which isn't our specialty, I don't know. I don't know. As an Arsenal fan, it's the hope that kills. I was praying for a Champions League final. I was hoping for the first time in my memory, and it's disheartening that didn't happen. You can look at the tactical aspects of the game, but I think ultimately we were the better team over the two legs in terms of the actual quality of chances produced. But at the end of the day, the fine margins in terms of the quality of player converting that chance are what holds the difference in knockout football. Ultimately, Donnarumma, Ousmane Dembele defied the odds in the first leg, saving Trossard and Martinelli's two big chances, with Dembele scoring a 0.6 xG chance off the post, which was a great chance. Then Fabian Ruiz scores an absolute worldie. Yes, he took a deflection, but it was still an absolutely fabulous effort. And that killed us. Ultimately, that was their first proper shot in the game last night. And Fabian Ruiz killed us. Even then, we still saved a penalty. Momentum could have shifted, but we just couldn't get that goal over the line. I would have been interested to see what happens at 10 minutes to go if Saka converted the final shot on that second chance. But now is not the time to slate the players. They worked their asses off there yesterday. They were very good. It's just unfortunate that unfortunately, we are out. And the season means nothing. There's 3 more games to go and we've got nothing to show again. I think next year is Arteta's year. It's make or break for him next year, in my opinion. I've given him the benefit of the doubt this year with the injuries. If the injuries happen again, God forbid, maybe you start looking at the system being an issue in terms of the amount of pressing or the lack of investment in squad depth. But ultimately, if we can stay injury-free next season, that will be make or break for Mikel. The project isn't at an end, but the project needs to progress. And by progression, you mean consistently winning major trophies. If we can get one over the line next year, and by major, I don't mean an FA Cup again or a Carabao. I mean we need a Champions League or Premier League to justify the project at this point. So he needs one next year. Otherwise, patience might start running out. For this season, you can only look at it as a positive. We've had injuries and we still managed to retain the level of being second and get to a further stage than last season. We destroyed Real Madrid over 2 legs. These are all positives that this Arsenal team can take. Just right now, I'm a bit dejected. I think that team-wise, Miles Lewis-Skelly probably should have been subbed off earlier than he was. I didn't think he had a good game. But when you've got such limitations on the bench, I don't think that matters too much. Ultimately, it ended in disappointment. And that is what we're going to be dining out for until at least we start signing some players and getting some momentum going for next season. It's a shame, but it's the reality of football. Over 2 legs in the Champions League semi-final. We didn't have that cutting edge. We weren't good enough. Whose fault you blame that for? It's up to you. Personally, I don't blame the manager. I think he coached a very good game for that 2 legs. I blame the players for not having that ruthless streak. But then, can I blame them if it's not built in them? And realistically, it's probably recruitment that's let us down overall. The world can see now it might be as simple as just sign a striker. I've pushed against it for a while. But just get someone who can score goals. Please. And then these draws will turn into wins. These losses will turn into draws and it's a snowball, and hopefully we can start getting over the line. It's such a shame. But that's elite football for you. Hopefully next season we'll do better. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully you're not as dejected as me as an Arsenal fan. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you also differ in the opinion about Arteta or various different aspects of the game. But hey-o, thank you for watching. Goodbye.